Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining the first, I guess, podcast with Ingram Micro Canada. My name's Kirk with Microsoft on the Windows device team. I'm here with Anthony from Dell and Marco from AMD. End of support on Windows 10 is looming, so we're really excited about that. And we just wanted to riff a little bit around what's going to happen with end of support and what's beyond that, especially for Windows, Dell, and AMD. So, gentlemen, thanks for jumping in podcast time. We got some bright lights. I've got no powder, so I might be
I
shy.
was gonna ask, how come where's makeup? I'm hoping they can put a little hair on top of it.
It's all about substance.
We're gonna talk a little about AI, right?
A little bit AI.
Okay.
AI has some holes to fill in up
Just
top
a touch,
for,
just
for
a
the
touch.
two of us.
Don't
too.
make it too noticeable.
No.
All
Look,
right.
look up and everything. Yeah. So, gentlemen, excited about end of support and the opportunity there. So, October 14th.
Coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So, plans are already there. You guys are already looking forward to the spike. Locked and loaded.
Well, this is the first time that we've actually been able to collaborate on our most commercial PCs, right? We've done really good things on our server lineup historically, but we finally could shake hands and be like, welcome to the family, Marco.
That's right. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, this is great.
So that's really exciting. So Dell and AMD entered into a partnership. You now have Windows devices on the AMD platform in the Dell portfolio. So what does that look like right now, Anthony? Like what devices are in there?
Well, Dell Pro, we changed name first off, right? So let's start there, right?
Okay.
So we moved away from the old Latitude, Optiplex, Precision lineup. You're still going to see those on the actual marketplace, right? So because we've got tens of thousands of units still in stock and products are transitioning.
Okay.
Right? But starting in April, we launched our partnership with AMD and we changed our nomenclature. So now it's called Dell Pro for a traditional Latitude type lineup and Dell Pro Max to remove the Precision name for our workstations. And it's great. AMD with the Ryzen processor, which Mark will allude to, is making some headways, right? We're getting customers calling us saying, wow, these benchmarks are real. You know what I mean? Like the battery life, the performance. I'm sorry, I'm stealing your thunder, but I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
It's all good. You can keep
This is
going.
fantastic, right? You know what I mean? So we're super proud at Dell that we can now offer the full gamut lineup, right? And we can really go out to our customers from an end-to-end story and say, how can we best help you out?
I love that. So, Marco, when a partner is looking at the Dell lineup and they're trying to figure out what device to position for their customers, what's the AMD CPU lineup? Like, where are the performance breaks that that customers and partners should be aware of? Like, what's the lineup like?
Yeah, we just introduced a new lineup of the AI Pro series, and so again, Dell becoming one of our partnerships and leaders in terms of that new product transition. We have the AI Pro 200 series, 300 series, and that's basically the middle ground. And anything in between that, we'll focus on core count. We'll look at performance. We'll look at single or multi-threaded performance. But basically we're broken down in terms of Dell's structure, in terms of how it's been set up, as you mentioned, in terms of your Pro Max series on your workstation side. So there's different breaks, and it's clearly laid out. And basically we have charts that we can distribute to anyone that's interested. It's on our websites. We'll basically help them delineate. And obviously we're going to talk a little bit about the MPU and some of that technology that we're bringing on board.
Yeah, and if partners do have questions, and obviously they can reach out to the Dell champs, they will have AMD resources available to them as well. Now, before we talk, actually, let's talk NPU. Let's talk AI. So AI is incredibly exciting. On this podcast, can I force you guys into an agreement that we're not going to say AI PC, we're going to say Copilot plus PC?
Absolutely.
Can we do that here and now?
Let's do it.
It is locked in video. I'll get you guys to cut your hands and we'll do a blood pact after. So Copilot plus PC, we're really excited about the launch of that because that's not just a hardware configuration, but Microsoft's also putting unique bits and AI value add in there. What's the lineup that Dell's got in for that configuration? So it's in your premium end and your...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I mean, typically we can ask the customer. We actually came up with what's called a PC advisor tool.
Okay.
Pretty neat. All right. So it actually walks you through the steps on what your customer needs and starts to narrow down that approach. And towards the end, it'll actually say, how do you want to interact with AI?
Okay.
Do you want a cloud-based AI? Do you want an on-prem AI? Right? Or do you need that on-prem plus the tops of 40 plus to be able to activate the Copilot plus?
Love it.
So it helps the customer really delineate and choose the right PC especially now that we're no longer talking like we used to, latitude 7440. No need it anymore. We're looking at solving those outcomes, right? What are you trying to do with that PC? And then we actually give you the questions and the answers to narrow down the approach. And then you'll actually get a brochure. You'll be able to get ballpark pricing.
Yep.
You can put that into Ingram Micro's Xvantage tool and get a quote out to your customer in less than 5 minutes.
Super powerful.
Awesome.
You've done a demo on it, and it's very slick.
Mhm.
Again, you get to select your CPU, right? So you can qualify with AMD, and
You can sort it all. They've got
run.
tens of thousands of units in stock ready to go. And quickly, you mentioned Ingram Resources. We actually at Ingram Micro just added 2 more dedicated Dell folks,
That's awesome.
right, to help partners, pre-sales, post-sales, support, program, training. I can go on and on, deal registration, marketing, whatever it needs. And then the best part is they bring in the Microsoft resources. They bring in the AMD resources, the holy trinity to go support them and really drive that outcome.
I love that. And you mentioned 40 tops, and that's been kind of the big qualifier for
Plus.
Copilot Plus PC. That's right. So Copilot Plus PC, 40 tops. We've got some CPU requirements, RAM requirements. It's included with security chip that we're going to talk about in a little bit. What processors are you getting with that 40 tops? And maybe we probably deserve to pin a medal on AMD a little bit for the first x86, Copilot Plus PC with NPU greater than 40 tops, planes of operations. So that was pretty exciting.
50 plus tops.
50
Wow.
plus. There you go. Why 40?
Why stop at 40?
There you go. Love that. So innovations there. Where do you see that NPU going? Like what's exciting about that bomb for you, Marco?
Yeah, I mean it's it's kind of a well-kept secret is we were actually the first manufacturer to bring an x86 NPU to market. We classified it as an IPU when we first came to market, and then we changed it to the neural processing unit. Thanks to Microsoft, they kind of forced our hand, but it works, and basically it's the next generation of where the technology is heading, and we were the early adopter when we first integrated the GPU into the CPU and created the APU. So we're pioneers in that space, and we're pioneers in the NPU, and we started off at 6 tops, and now a couple of years later, this was back in 2023, like way back in 2023. Just in 2 short years, we're over 50 plus tops.
Awesome.
And so basically, we're again, we have bottom stack all the way up to top stack. So we do have anything that are lower than 40 tops in terms of our SKU, depending on the workload. But the future is and a customer of ours had outlaid it properly and basically saying that if you're not thinking about AI in your infrastructure, you're already too late. And so this is definitely the future. I personally use the NPU technologies, and so you can notice the offloading, the extended battery life that you're able to get out of your laptop. The offloading of graphics support that doesn't need to be running on the GPU is now being offloaded onto the NPU. So we're seeing that a tremendous amount of performance improvements. And then to your point in terms of the Microsoft's Windows 11 refresh, I mean the system optimization is specifically geared, obviously, to the NPUs. So we're going to see that bump in performance, and the users are going to be happier. Faster boot times, upgraded security, manageability, and I know we're going to get into a little deeper of those aspects, but yeah, I would say it's definitely the transition time is now, and if you look at what's happening in the AI space today, I mean we're bringing it to the edge. Right, and the deep infrastructure is now coming to the desktop and the personal space.
Yeah, and I think that's the exciting piece that we need to make sure that customers understand is that AI workload can be done in a data center, but it can also be now done on the edge, and that means that it's going to be done faster, potentially cheaper and more secure because you're not sending your data back. Maybe you're not paying anyone for services. And the ecosystem. So AMD is obviously investing in ecosystem of ISVs to go and leverage and develop on that platform. So it's exciting to start to see a lot of these examples come up. I know you mentioned video. I know there's a couple of video production folks that you guys already partner with the output some amazing things on just the AMD platform, leveraging that NPU. So really, really exciting. Now, performance, battery life, these are sometimes difficult to quantify for an end customer to make that purchase. What we are finding, especially with end of support, because, and poor Anthony has probably heard me talk about this a lot. The number one reason that Windows 11 exists is security.
Right.
Right. So we implemented a mandate for TPM 2.0 on Windows 11. And if your Windows 10 device does not have that, you do not pass go, you do not collect $200, you don't move to Windows 11. So that was the line in the sand. But what I'm more excited about is the potential with these new devices having even more security. So, but first, Anthony, I'm going to put you on the spot. Dell. What is the Dell security put? Like, what is the secret sauce that Dell puts in your devices that makes your devices more secure?
Well, we have Dell Safe BIOS.
Okay.
Right. Which I'd love to get into a technical conversation, but I'm not that technical.
We don't have that much time.
Right.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's too.
But the Dell Safe BIOS is unbelievable, right? And it boots up. You can see what happens right from the beginning. But we also work with all of the leading edge security partners. We've realized that we can't do everything all on our own, right? So we partner with the best of the best, and that evolves.
Yeah.
Right. And we're constantly changing and looking at all of the number of threats that come in. And we recognize that people are still the number one threat to organizations. It's not the security on the machines, it's somebody accidentally clicking on the wrong email, right?
It's the user, the interface between the chair and the keyboard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? But at the end of the day, the PC still has to be secure, right? But it starts at the BIOS, right? And it's pretty awesome.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of BIOS and chip security, AMD has remote management.
We do.
Can you unpack that a little bit? Yeah.
Yeah, and then just kind of build on the security aspect. I mean, we create our AMD Shadow Stack secure that's built right into the chipset, right from the BIOS, right into the hardware, and we do tap into the Dell Safe BIOS structure as well as the Pluton structure. So all of that is built into our Shadow Stack technology, and then creates a secure environment where we're encrypting the memory and the cache on the device itself. But yeah, the AMD Pro manageability is basically we have full remote management capabilities, similar to our other friends on the other side. But basically, it gives you an open source capability. So it's not proprietary. It's an open source, which allows you to manage other devices that may be on your network, but gives you the same amount of resources right across the product line. So it gives you the ability to do audits, power on over Ethernet. All the good stuff that comes with the manageability that you see today. So
that's even like out of band management and remote boot and that kind of
that's
thing.
right.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I think that's an area where if a reseller was looking to add their services engagement, a lot of them don't necessarily tap into processor management like at that level.
Right.
And I think there's a potential opportunity that maybe partners need to go and look at is how do I engage AMD to remotely manage my devices, and that's not necessarily a conversation you've had before, but computer labs, devices, boot them up, run that Windows update in advance of the workday, so hopefully we get a little less heat on Patch Tuesday. And away we go. Yeah, and so you did also mention security chip. So with Copilot Plus PC, I know we say NPU, NPU, but there's a new chip on the device as well that is a requirement from Copilot Plus PC, and that's Pluton. So we've integrated a security chip that also behaves as your TPM 2.0. You guys have a great security stack that's built on that, and then we put a lot of the requirements like the rest of your security stuff, your Windows Hello and whatnot configurations locally on the device. So it's actually harder to access. So that's the next level. So I would say for partners, get your customers off 10 if you haven't already. Great opportunity. Talk to them what their migration plan is. It's now because October 14th is really close. Get them on Windows 11, but then look at the next level of security, which is enabled through the AMD Shadow Stack, and then obviously Dell security offerings, all of that on Windows 11 Copilot Plus PC.
What was the stat you told me about how much of the software you've already tested? It was like 90+%.
For compatibility, it's 99.7%.
99.7%. So if somebody's like, don't wait, right? You know what I mean? Everything's already been addressed. So
I'm calling this a win because Anthony's actually listened to me in a couple of my talks, so that's really exciting. Yeah, so built on the same kernel, work compatibility king. So for work, if it doesn't work, partners you can work with or your customers can work with Microsoft engineers on a program called Aperture for free, and we have saved companies billions of dollars in migration. So there really is no reason to get off of it unless you don't want to be more secure, you don't want to be compliant against certain regulations, and you don't want to have better performance and manageability for your customers.
Look, we all know security is real.
Yeah.
We've seen it with some of our largest friends, right, in the industry. Guys, it's not a matter of if, it's when,
Yeah.
right? This has to happen. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
allow us to have our teams join you in the conversations. We will make it work for any outcome that you have.
I love that.
And that's good. That's a great point, because I mean that's some of the challenge that AMD runs into sometimes is customers are, you know, they're not reassured. They're going into a newer technology, but at the same time we're x86 architecture, right? So if you think about legacy apps, it's great to know that you actually have that program. So I'm going to definitely use that. But you know, but this is a common objection that we get into, and we always, you know, welcome the opportunity for customers to test the devices and put it in their environment. We welcome it. We're always happy to take advantage of our demo and your demo programs, and have them, you know, put it through its paces. You know, we're pretty optimistic that the product is going to perform to your standards and pass all the security protocols that's required.
I love that. What programs do partners need to know about Dell? Marco just signed you up for demo units. So how do we get seed units into partners that want to try AMD devices?
Well, we got a program called Try and Buy, which allows customers to actually take a device for a period of time. We actually give you and work with you, on what that invoice is. So if the customer doesn't send back that device, the invoice automatically kicks in with your appropriate markup, right? But customers can then buy a Dell AMD chipset with Microsoft Copilot Plus at no cost, try it out, put it in their environment, proof's in the pudding, away we go, right? And then we've got My Rewards. We're still noticing a lot of partners aren't signed up for My Rewards. This is free points and money that can give to all of your partner sellers and engineers for selling Dell hardware. Sign up. It's easy.
What's the reporting on that? Because I know reporting is always a pain.
All you got to do is do a simple claim, and it's all for in stock at Ingram Micro. So nothing built to order, only in stock. So they've got a wonderful warehouse. It ships in 24 hours. You can apply any deal registration to. I can go on forever here.
Yeah.
Right? But this works.
Love it. Love it. So Ingram does the reporting. You have to go in and take your money.
Just take your claim, go to the My Rewards portal, click it. It's yours.
Beauty. Low-hanging fruit.
That's it.
All right.
You guys ready? I'm excited.
Yeah. No, let's do this. Right. So really exciting. Marco, any final thoughts?
Yeah, just on that vein, AMDarena.com. You know, that's our training site for partners, and gives you the ability to get the latest and greatest information, get up to speed on what's happening across our products. So that includes our data center products, our GPUs, and obviously laptops and desktops with Dell. But it also gives you, you know, a rewards program where you gain points and you get some fun stuff that you can claim in the end. So it's definitely a free program, and it's fun to join up to and sign up and
love that.
Have fun.
Well, if we're shilling training, then we've got Expert Zone from Microsoft. So you can go on there, take a little training. You could do it on your phone. It's optimized. Same thing. You get some points. Maybe you can redeem it for some Microsoft products. But the real cool thing is you get accreditations. So you can take those and you can post them on your LinkedIn and be the envy of your professional social network. And that's what we're all about. Yeah, that's it. FOMO.
I want that Copilot Plus certification.
There you go. Love it.
Well, let's go sell some devices.
Love it. Okay, gentlemen,
Awesome.
Thanks for your time today.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
This has been fun.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.